Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to JAKPADA, where the Nigerian dream is expressed in the lives of remarkable Nigerians who have returned home, not just to live, but to lead. According to an article by The Republic, Lagos's 20 million residents generate an estimated 13,000 metric tons of solid waste daily. The government, however, struggles to manage this effectively as only 4,000 tons, which is about 33% of the daily waste generated, is collected. Our guest journey home is closely connected to this interesting fact. A stunning story about turning waste into wealth for low-income communities. I'm Mimi Onolaja, this is JAKPADA, and when we come back, we'll meet our incredible guest. Welcome back to the show. It's JAKPADA, and a big welcome to our guest for today, Bilikiss Adebiyi-Abiola. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for honoring our invitation to come on JAKPADA.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, I'm excited to hear you say that. Now, I know a little bit about your story because I started to read your book here.
Yes.
Well, and we'll get into this. We'll get into your story with WeCyclers, and we'll get into this book as well. There's so many interesting tidbits here. But before we do that, I want to get to know you a bit better. So who is Bilikiss? You know, how did you grow up? What's your family background, educational background, and all that good stuff?
It's really nice that we're, talking about the importance of everybody coming back. And I think that's really been a central theme in my life, coming back to Nigeria. So I'm from Lagos, Nigeria, born and bred in Lagos. I moved to the US to study to go to university. So I did my bachelor's and master's degree in computer science. And then I worked for 5 years for IBM in the US. And then after a while, I decided that I wanted to, I was writing code for big companies. And I wanted to do something outside the cubicles and actually interact with people. So I decided to apply to go to business school. So I went to MIT Sloan. And it was while I was at business school that I found out about the issue of waste management in Nigeria. So like you said, a lot of countries like Nigeria struggle with waste management, especially in low-income areas. And I was drawn to this problem. And there was a class that I took that actually exposed me to this. It talked about how, we have about 70% of Nigerians that live in poverty. And one of the issues and one of the things that actually makes them poorer is that they don't have access to proper waste management. And at the class, we learned about, people all over the world going to different countries, because MIT is really focused on action. So a lot of students go to different countries to do different things, and they will come back and talk to us. And in class, people that came to talk to us about things that they were doing in Africa, they were not African people. So they were white people, they were Indian people, but they were no Africans. So for me, that really resonated that, we have issues in Africa, but why isn't it that Africans are leading the solution? So I actually felt very uncomfortable. And I decided to, at least come and make my voice heard. And I was very fortunate. When I graduated from school, I was able to move back to Nigeria to work on WeCyclers. And that was in 2012. That was about 13 years ago.
Wow.
That happened.
That happened.
Yes, so started WeCyclers. It was really an idea of going into low-income communities, tell them to sort their trash. So their plastics, their metals, paper, and we give them points via SMS. And we used cargo bicycles because we couldn't afford anything else. So we had these cargo bicycles that we built here in Lagos that we had to push around and go to different houses and collect their trash. And then we would sell that trash to recycling companies. And then the household would get points that they could exchange for gifts.
Oh, I love that incentive.
Yes.
So what kinds of gifts were on the table?
So it was really different items. So it ranged from toasting ovens to buckets to fans, and then if the person really collected a lot of trash, they could even get a TV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
the idea was to just get people excited about collecting their waste, and also to show people around that, look, this is what you can, tangible items that you can actually get from recycling and taking care of the community.
And I'm too sure that worked.
It worked. It worked. It actually really worked. And people were, telling each other. But of course, it wasn't without its issues. There were a lot of drama.
Of course,
there was a lot of drama.
And we'll absolutely get to that. I can only imagine this kind of story, what you deal in, there will be stories for days.
Yes.
And we'll unpack a lot of them.
Like Nigeria, Nigeria now, there's always a Nigerian twist.
There's always a Nigerian factor.
So
let's take it back to your time in the US very quickly. And this is the bit of your book that impressed me so much.
Oh, wow.
It's your educational trajectory and the timing of the different milestones that you achieved when it came to your education. So you got your master's, you had your first child rather, right after your master's.
Yes.
So am I correct in assuming that you were pregnant at some point during your master's?
I was, yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
I think that's incredible because we all know, I haven't experienced it, but by virtue of the women around me, pregnancy is no joke.
It's not too.
So to go through that, the biggest change that your body can go through, and to do that while undertaking something as big as a master's, what was that experience like?
Oh, it was really, we have hormones raging. For me, that was my first child, so I wasn't very comfortable. I was kind of like very self-conscious.
Yeah.
Because the first year you're like a normal student. The second year you're here with a big stomach, and you want people to take you serious, so you're like kind of self-conscious about it. But it was really nice. Everybody was very friendly, and I think most people, when you're in a master's program, there are a lot of mature people, so it was really nice.
But then you didn't even stop there.
Yes.
3 years after,
Yes.
you decided, now you have a 3-year-old,
Yes.
and you decide you want to get an MBA.
Yes.
And you took the GMAT exam only 2 weeks after giving birth to your second child.
Yes.
What?
Yes, it was crazy. It was. I put myself in a very hard position because I had this very cushy job, and I literally could just continue in that job for as long as I wanted to. It was a fantastic job. But I just felt like, look, this was it. And I was getting too comfortable. And I wanted to, this was an opportunity for me. I was still young. Let me try and change, my trajectory and do something different. And I knew that, okay, when I have a child, I'm going to have time off. So I don't think I planned it
that way
very well. But like literally, I didn't have an option because I was trying to book my exam. And that was really the only date
that was available.
And then the last deadline was like early January. So literally, I had to pick that date, or else I would have to wait for the next year. And then by then, I don't know what would have happened. So I decided, you know what? But my mother, I think, is like, she was the real winner because she made sure that I didn't give up. So literally, after I had my daughter, I would wake up in the morning, breastfeed her. She would send me out of the apartment and just say, look, just go and study. So I'll go to the library and study, and I'll only come back to take care of my daughter or go to sleep.
Oh, wow.
Literally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And I love how that highlights the power of community.
Yeah.
That comes with just being Nigerian, and how close-knit families can be, and how families would almost put their own lives on hold.
Just for you.
Just for you. I think that is so beautiful.
It is.
So you did the GMAT, and you did really well, by the way. It was a really good score.
It was a good score.
And then you got into the MBA program at the MIT.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
I mean, this is why I say I'm so impressed by you and your journey. Clearly, education means a lot to you. Because you're going after these milestones regardless, despite the odds. Why do you think you value education so much? Is there something about the way you grew up that instilled the value of education in you?
Yes, I think my parents were very big. Both my parents were professionals. My dad was an accountant. My mom was an engineer. So they were very much, Nigerian parents. You have to get, they didn't stop at getting university degree. You have to get your master's. You have to get your master's. So, my dad would call me and say, I was in a meeting with my friends and I was telling them that you were in this school. So they were always boasting to you. They would boast to each other. So I think family was very big on that. And then also, I think as Nigerians, we want to always achieve. And you know that in order for you to be the best at what you want to do, you have to go to the best schools. You have to give yourself the best opportunity that you can. You have to give yourself the best opportunity that you can. So I remember when I got into MIT, just before I got into MIT, I had another admission, and I actually wasn't admitted straight into MIT. I was waitlisted, so they didn't want me initially.
Yes, I remember that from the book as well.
They were like, oh, okay, hold up. So I got into another school, but the school wasn't as prestigious. But I was like, okay, maybe I should just go to this other school. So I actually had to pay deposits. So I paid the money just to give myself the time. But I thought about it, and I said, after all this wahala and stress, that no, I'm going to, if I don't get into MIT, then I'm just not going to go.
Not going to do it.
I'm just not going to go. So I decided, and literally like a week after I decided, I got a call from MIT, and they said, hey, we were reviewing applications, and we wanted to have another look at your application. Would you mind coming down for an interview? And that was it.
Fantastic. It's important, rather, to not give up on your goals, right?
Yes.
Tunnel vision is so important.
It is, though.
Because it was in a class at MIT that the spark happened.
Yeah.
And WeCyclers was born, right?
Yes.
Incredible. When we return to our conversation, we'll talk more about your journey back. So the JAKPADA. Before we get fully into your JAKPADA story, let's play a little game.
Okay, cool.
And I think this one is right up your alley. It's called True or Trash. So I have a few statements here, and I just want your opinion. Do you think it's true or trash? Simple. First statement, nylon bags take over 500 years to decompose.
True.
That's wild.
Yeah, very wild. It's actually over 1,000 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's even wilder when you think about how much nylon bags we consume in Lagos State, for example, which is really great. It makes it really great that they're kind of putting a clamp down on that, right? 2.
Shout out to Lagos State.
Shout out to Lagos State. Burning your waste is a good way to get rid of it.
Trash. Trash, trash, trash.
Why is that trash? Because you would think that.
No, because actually when you're burning the waste, first of all, there's a lot of chemicals in the waste. And then you're burning it, you're releasing it into the air. People are inhaling that. So apparently, when I was doing my research for WeCyclers, we found out that in countries like Nigeria, we have a very high rate of asthma in children in under 5. And that's because a lot of people are burning trash.
I see. Yeah. I see. Wow. So you think you're solving one problem, but you're creating
a lot of
bigger
problems.
one.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. PET bottles are biodegradable.
Trash, but hopefully very soon. No, trash, because there are some bottles that are now having plants. They are plant-based bottles. That's like in the future. In the future, that would be amazing. But really, PET bottles are made from plastic.
Yeah.
So, and plastics are not biodegradable by nature, by design.
Yeah.
So definitely trash.
So trash, for sure. Nigeria has one of the highest rates of informal recycling in Africa.
I would say true, because we have a lot of people that depend on, you'll be surprised and shocked by how many people survive just by dealing in trash. So it's actually helping a lot of people. It's helping a lot of people. Because
actually, when you drive on the streets of Lagos, for example, sometimes you'd see people with bags of plastic bottles or bags of different trash items. So
yes, and that's just on the streets.
And that's just on the streets.
Some people that go in dump sites, that go to communities, and that really is their job, day in, day out, picking the trash and selling it to people like WeCyclers.
That's very encouraging.
Yeah.
I think that's encouraging.
Yeah.
Putting waste in a black bag automatically makes it recyclable.
Trash.
I know you almost wanted to say, huh?
Please, I want to say something because some people actually may think that. So just to, what makes waste recyclable is the nature of the waste. Is it a plastic waste? Is it a metal? So you have to actually look at the item, not what you're putting inside.
Not what you're putting it in. Note. Lagos has over 200 official dump sites.
That one is trash. I definitely. Lagos has, I think, just four. Oh
wow!
5, yeah.
And how many dump sites would you recommend as ideal for a state like Lagos with its population?
We actually really don't need that many dump sites because it just depends on, first of all, the size. So you want to get a big dump site. You want to get one that is efficient, that is able to get a lot of trucks in and out as quickly as possible. So, to be honest, you don't really need that many dump sites.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So it's about the size and the efficiency.
And the efficiency, yes, and what you're doing with the waste when you get it in.
Okay, interesting. We have 2 more facts. Well, I mean, you will tell us if it's fact or not. Banana peels can become electricity.
I'll say true. That if you you put them in, they have this. I think that anaerobic digesters. They it's called waste to energy.
Oh.
So you can actually put all these waste, organic waste.
Okay.
And you can create energy.
Bioenergy.
Yes, there was actually a fruit market in K2 some years ago that they used that waste fruits to power the street lights.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Oh wow, things are happening.
Really cool.
Things are happening in Nigeria.
Things are happening in Nigeria. Yes.
Wow, interesting.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
good.
Okay.
When we return, we'll still be here with Bilikiss and we'll get fully into her story surrounding WeCyclers. So don't go anywhere.
Orúkọ mi ni Ali Muslimat. A ní ike ní oríṣiríṣi color. A ní blue, a ní black, a ní brown, a ní green, a dẹ̀ ní clear. A máa ń sort it separately nínú báàgì kọ̀ọ̀kan. A máa ní hand glove láti protect ara wa from anything. Because àwọn kéèyàn ń gbà mí máa ń bá tọ̀ wá, máa ń bá bí acid wá. So tá a bá protect ara wa, ká lo bí hand glove, ká lo bí our reflective jackets, ká dẹ̀ lo nose mask, a lè contact disease látara ẹ̀. Tá bá ti ṣe yẹn tán, the next thing, sharp knife. Because iṣẹ́ wa ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ọ̀bẹ tó mú, ó máa ń jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ yá. To the extent pé daily, a lè ṣe bí 7-10 bags. Depends on the mood téèyàn bá wà lọ́jọ́ yẹn.
We have workers here who have spent about 11 years, even who have been here before I joined the organization. And recently we did an award ceremony for our long-serving staffs where we rewarded 10 years and above 1 million naira each. So this is another way of, firing up their dedication, pushing them to continue to do the job for us.
Àwọn iléeṣẹ́ wa ń try, wọ́n gbìyànjú gan. Wọ́n fún wa ní hospital, wọ́n provide nǹkan tá a máa lò fún wa in times. Tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀, nígbà tí kò tí ì sí hospital, tá a bá sick àwa la máa lọ ń take care ara wa. But like some years back, nísìn, wọ́n ti ń tọ́jú wa, a ní hospital tó jẹ́ pé a máa ń lọ fún ara wa tá a bá ti sick.
My name is Mubarak Lawa. I'm a baler in WeCyclers. So we operate the machine. We pour different pets inside the machine. So we have the clear, we have the blue, black, brown, and others. And we also bale sachets also. And once we are done baling, we also scale what we bale. The scale of our bale starts from like 320 above.
Welcome back. We are still right here on JAKPADA, and I've still got Bilikiss here with me, the queen of recycling in Nigeria.
Oh, thank
right?
you. Yeah. Why
You're
not?
welcome. Why not? Now let's talk about the journey home. When was the first moment where it hit you that I'm coming back home, I'm coming back to Nigeria?
Well, I think it was when we were working on the idea for WeCyclers. So I was in class where I learned about, the challenges around waste management in Nigeria, and I kind of wanted to do something about it. I just didn't want to just finish the class, just talk or complain. I wanted to do something about it.
Yeah.
And I think really the mantra for WeCyclers, I always say, has been, why not, why not? So we actually, one of the things that happens at MIT is that during January, there's it's called an independent activities period.
Okay.
So you basically have the whole of January, no classes. So you can do anything you want. You can take yoga classes. You can go on a holiday. So we decided that during that time that I should come to, because I was coming to visit Nigeria anyway, and do some research on WeCyclers, on the idea. And we actually got some money. So we said, okay, when I come, we're going to have what we call waste days.
Okay.
And in those waste days, we're going to invite the community, and we'll give them some gift items and see if they're going to even bring trash. Because we didn't really know. I hadn't lived in Nigeria for a while. So I didn't really know how it worked. So when I got to Lagos, literally like a week after, that was when the subsidy protests started.
Is this Occupy Nigeria?
Occupy Nigeria, yes, Occupy Nigeria protests. So, and we had planned that we're going to have a waste day on a particular day in two communities, one in Ebute Metta and the other one in Ajegunle. and we'll get the communities to come out and give us waste. We'll measure the waste, and then we would give the findings to, into our computer to see how, if the data made sense for us to start a business.
Okay.
But at that point, when the protest started, we couldn't go to the communities, because in my mind, I was thinking we'll go to the communities for like a week, sensitize them, tell them, keep your trash aside, though, don't throw it away. And then, that way we would have been able to pack enough.
Yeah.
So there was the protests were happening, and we're thinking, should we cancel this thing? Should we cancel this thing? Still not aware of how Nigeria works. And then the event was on a Saturday. And then on Friday night, they canceled. They stopped the protests. And so we said, okay, let's just do it, even though we've not
been able to do all of the pre-work that you wanted to do.
But I didn't know that in Nigeria, you can actually have an event promote an event on the same day, and
it will be a success.
So I actually went there in the morning, and I said, oh my God, this is horrible that we've not even given them notice. Maybe they've gone to work. Maybe they're like busy. So that Saturday morning, they were like, I just play music. So we just play music, and people were passing by. And we said, you know what, we're just having this event, just pick up some trash and come. Like, what you need to enter is just give us some trash.
Okay.
And we'll just let you in. And literally people say, okay. They'll just go on the road, pick some trash, and they'll come. And literally, like, there was a lot of trash.
Wow.
So people would just spend like 10 minutes. So that just shows you how much trash was on the floor. They will spend like 10 minutes picking. They will just come and and I'm like, this is wild. Like, for me, my mind was blown. So we now, we were talking to people, we're having conversations, and there were some children that were interviewing, and the children were like, asking them, when you think about trash, how do you feel? And one of the children was saying that he feels sad. And I was like, okay, why do you feel sad? And he was like, because in his compound, they're always fighting. His parents are always fighting the neighbors because they're like, is your trash? So he always thinks that, he feels sad about it. And I was like, this is really sad. Like, I felt like I was very, I felt touched that a small child is thinking about waste and they are very sad. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. So we did our research and we calculated how much waste. And we actually got more.
Than you thought?
Than we thought we were going to get. So we're like, okay, this is interesting. So we went back to school and we thought about it and we said, there's actually a viable idea. It's a viable business. And then MIT has these things where like there's so many competitions that you can apply for doing that from January to like April. So we just said, okay, let's apply. So we'd have different competitions, we'd apply, we'll pitch, and we're just winning. Like, we might not come first, but maybe we'll come third.
And you win some money at least.
Exactly, maybe come second here, win a little bit of money. So we're able to gather some money that actually made sense. I think we were able to get like $40,000. And then I just said, okay, this is actually enough. It's not a lot, but
it's enough to start.
It's enough to start. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to actually decide to move back. And for me, my parents were excited.
Yeah.
So that was what made me move back to Nigeria.
This is so beautiful. Because for me, it's a very clear example of the value of education. You were pursuing education, and during that process, this idea came about.
Yes.
And now it's a viable company that has been in existence for years. I think that's quite amazing. When you decided you were going to come back, you had gathered the money and you had decided there's something here. Did you face any fears or doubts?
I faced a lot of fears. A lot. But I think what I told myself, I said, look, if it doesn't work out, you went to MIT, you can actually go back.
Yeah.
And tell them that you need a job.
So that's your safety net.
My safety net was, you went to MIT, like, you can get a job. Like, you can call your classmates. And one of the things that they drilled into us was, like, all our classmates, we all talked. So we know that if you need help, you can reach out to somebody. So I said, you know what, I have a good enough safety net. I can work hard. If I have to go and work hard, I will. But let me just try now. Let me just see. Why not?
Why not? I love
Why
that.
not?
Why not?
Why not?
What's the worst that can happen?
What's the worst that can happen?
I mean, as long as you don't die.
As long as you don't die. Why not?
Why not?
I always tell people that when you're moving back to Nigeria, be prepared within the first month to have a mental breakdown. So, because things that you think should work don't work. And things that should not work. So it's like you're in an alternate reality when you first get here.
Yeah. At what point did it finally start to feel a little better? At what point did you think, yes, this is why I came back. Yes, this feels right?
I feel like it took a while,
Okay.
but it was very many little moments like that. And those moments for me were always when I was in the WeCyclers hub,
Yeah.
where we were collecting the trash, and you will see the quantity of trash that we're able to collect. And you're thinking, oh, if we were not here, what would this trash be doing? It would be in communities. Or you see people that are coming to check on their points, or you see the people that are working for us and they really need the job, they're excited to come to work every day. So for me, it was just all those little moments that gave me
The push.
the push that just every day just kept on pushing until one day I was like, it's actually
Making sense.
It's making
shaping
sense.
up.
It's shaping up. So I think it took me like 2-3 years
Oh, wow.
of little moments. You know.
I like that. I like that because it shows that it's not about how fast, right? It's
Yes.
how well.
Yes.
Just trust the process,
Yes.
and it will make sense.
And it makes sense, yeah.
Was there ever a moment where you were on the brink of just giving up, where it's like, I'm done, I'm not doing this anymore?
I think I will say I'm done, and then the next day I won't be done again. You know, there were a lot of moments like that. There was one woman that I remember this woman. I just remembered. We sold her trash, literally every naira counts. And normally I would want them to pay upfront. It was actually 87,000 naira. And the woman said, "Oh, don't worry, that I'll pay you once you deliver." So I delivered the trash, and we'll call the woman, and she'll be giving me stories. Like one day she'll say, "Oh, a snake beat her husband." I'm like, "Why? What does that have to do with?"
Not snake.
And then literally, like, I had to write off the thing. But for us, it was a big deal because we had to pay salary. Or there were times when we're owing 2 months' salary. We hadn't paid salary for 2 months.
Wow.
And people were still coming.
That's such a burden.
It's a burden. Sometimes some people will get angry and they will leave. But literally, a lot of the staff, they were still coming.
Oh.
So it was very humbling. So I was like, me, if I leave, it would be so selfish because there are people that actually believe in me.
Yes.
And they're willing to stake their salary on me.
On you.
So I didn't really have a choice.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. When you think about your life here now and the life that you left behind in America, in the United States, how different do you think your trajectory would have been if you stayed behind?
Yeah. So if I stayed behind, I think I would be richer. Because I have my classmates, some of them are like managing directors of big companies, vice presidents, and they're making big money. Like if I go to the US to visit my friends, I see how big the houses are. And I'm like, oh my God,
That
this could have been me. This could have been me in the Mercedes-Benz and the BMW. So that's, I think, is a little bit of a, sacrifice.
Yeah.
But I think I was very fortunate, the way I was raised. My parents were not, they really raised us not to really care about material things like that. Like, of course, you like good things. My parents like good things. But when they were sending us to school, they sacrificed a lot. For instance, my parents' car, they couldn't even paint their car because they had to use the money that they wanted to use to paint the car to send us to school. For school fees. So I feel like I was comfortable, I'm comfortable not having the biggest car or the best car or the best house.
Yeah.
As long as you are fulfilled. So fulfillment is very important for me. So I think that was a price that I'm willing to pay.
That you're willing to pay.
Yeah.
And would you say it's a price that is worth it?
Yeah, I'll say it's worth it. It's worth it.
Fantastic.
It's worth it, yeah.
On that note, there's something we like to do here called the JAKPADA checklist. Yeah. So, as the name implies, it's basically a checklist of items for people that are thinking of coming back.
Yeah.
So it's your advice, what do you need to consider? What do you need to bring? What do you need to leave behind? If you were to write your own checklist, your own JAKPADA checklist, what would be on it?
So my JAKPADA checklist, definitely you have to have some savings. So if you are working now, ramp up on your savings, try to have some, because I know there were moments when the little savings that I had been able to make came in hand. Like they ran dry, they came back again and ran dry. Like I went to the bottom of the barrel. Definitely also, I would say don't make big investments or when you come to Nigeria, don't make big purchases like splurge and say, I want the biggest house, or sometimes you have money and you want to just go and get an expensive house.
Yeah.
Take time to actually see the lay of the land first. I would say if you can, when you're bringing things, don't bring too many, too many things. But if you can bring a car, like a good car, I think money is the biggest one. Oh.
Just
savings,
make sure
savings.
you have as much as possible.
If you have savings, it's very important.
At the end of the day, owo ni koko.
Owo ni koko, owo ni koko. And then for me, I think when I came to Nigeria, there was like a very intentional effort to create a life that I would be able to be comfortable in. And I think that for me is a very key part of coping.
Okay.
Like, I chose where I stay because I can see trees, like I like trees. So it's very calming.
Calming. Interesting.
And then I also make sure that my commute is minimal traffic as much as possible. And,
So just a lot of intentionality around your environment.
Like block out the
noise.
The noise and the madness.
I like that. I think that's a good checklist.
Yeah.
It's very succinct, know, the important things.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Safe. When we come back, we'll get into the duality of Bilikiss's career, because not only does she do WeCyclers, she also works for the government. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
No matter where life takes you, home is never far when you bank with Polaris.
Introducing the Polaris Global Account, specially designed for Nigerians in the diaspora who need to stay connected to banking in Nigeria. Start with just $200, £200, 200 euros, or 50,000 naira, and enjoy zero account maintenance fees when you maintain a daily balance of 50,000 naira. Should your balance fall below that threshold, a minimal charge applies.
Enjoy multi-currency banking,
dollar, pound, or euro, along with international transfers, debit cards, third-party withdrawals, and a seamless digital experience on Vault. And with the new non-resident bank verification number solution, Nigerians abroad can now enroll and obtain their BVN remotely. No travel required. Call 23401-453-6279 or send a mail to global@polarisbankng.com to get started today. T's and C's applies.
This is Ogidi. Right here in Lagos, the entertainment capital of Africa. We are not just another studio. We're the space African artists have been waiting for. Walk in with an idea, walk out with a masterpiece. State-of-the-art recording, cinematic-grade film production, everything under one roof because your creativity doesn't work in pieces. The console is warm. The cameras are ready. The energy, pure Lagos. From the first note to the final cut, this is where vision becomes reality. African stories, global standard, no compromise. Ogidi Studios, this is where you create.
Once in a while, she comes into the facility to check up on us. And also sometimes we meet at the HQ, where we also get to interact on the higher level. But on several occasions, she just drop by to see what the operations is like at this facility. And also, she's also in the background referring people, referring customers or subscribers to us, connecting WeCyclers and some other agencies on partnerships and collaborations as well. So she's still very much in the game, but on a background level. WeCyclers is an environmental company based in Lagos and now spread across other parts of Nigeria. We are focused on collection and processing of recyclables such as the PET bottles, the pure water sachet, aluminum cans, cartons, HDPs, and Tetra Pak as well. So we are also in various places in Nigeria, like Kaduna, Abuja, Jigawa, Niger, and then Ibadan as well. We also have different collection points in Lagos where we can now collect recyclables from people who can drive and drop off at these locations. So these locations are built with 40-foot containers where customers go in, drop their recyclables, and then get paid as well. So we have this in Jakada, Ikoyi, Banana Island, and the like.
Welcome back to JAKPADA. I've still got here with me Bilikiss Adebiyi-Abiola in green, might I add. You're in our colors.
Yes,
our
thank
JAKPADA
you.
colors.
Thank you.
Very patriotic.
Thank you.
We approve.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, so outside of WeCyclers, you also work for the government. You work for Lagos State.
So actually, I stepped down from WeCyclers in 2017 when I was appointed as the general manager for the Lagos State Parks and Gardens Agency.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It tracks.
Yes, it tracks. Yes,
How did
sustainability.
it feel? How did it feel leaving WeCyclers, first of all? Because that's probably like your third baby?
Yes, it was my third baby at that point in time.
At that point.
And it was really tough. The only reason why I left is because my brother actually came up and became the CEO.
Oh, perfect.
So my older brother, we are very close.
Okay.
So he also jakpada'd after me.
Love it.
So he came back and he was working with me on WeCyclers. And then, it just turned out that he was able to really, grow the business.
Yeah.
And so they didn't really need me anymore. And so when the opportunity to go and join government came along, it was very, very tough, but it was actually, it was okay. It was necessary. So it worked out.
Fantastic. Now, you've worked with both the government and startups, so you have experience in these two areas.
Yeah.
Which would you say challenged you more or has challenged you more?
I would say both in their own different ways. So in startups, there was a lot of uncertainty. There's highs and lows. And you're like on your own. There's no safety net. You're on your own and you have to ride it.
You're your own savior.
You're your own savior. You have to figure it out.
Yeah.
With government, it's very much, it's a large scale. You have to make big decisions. And you definitely are thrown into things that you might not even know much about. So, I got into government as a general manager for the Lagos State Parks and Gardens, which was really, right up my alley. I understood it, but government is very much about moving around. So then I was appointed to be the Director General for Lagos State Records and Archives, which I didn't know anything about. So I was doing that for 4 years. And then recently, I was appointed as a General Manager for Lagos State Residence Registration Agency.
And that's what you currently do?
That's what I currently do, so GM of LASRA. And so LASRA is responsible for registering all residents of Lagos State. So
if we were to do a census, for example, would LASRA be heavily involved?
Very heavily
involved. I'm just trying to learn.
Very heavily involved. Very heavily. So it's basically like the NIN for Lagos State.
Got you. Interesting.
Yeah.
So which of these roles would you say you've had the most fun?
I would say that's very... I would say they're all different. But definitely, Last Park was very fun because it was very much like... Because when you're dealing with green, you can make anywhere beautiful. So I love the fact that, the Last Park, everywhere, we can come in and build a park, and within a few months,
uplift.
You've changed that whole place.
Yeah.
So there was a park we built right before I left where within 4 months, from start to finish, we built a park. And somebody actually had to stop and say, you guys, man, this is wild. I remember how this place looked, and now, so it's really cool.
Is green your favorite color?
Yes.
Yes,
absolutely.
Clearly. From your clothes to your love for trees.
Yes, you can tell.
Green is a beautiful color.
It is. Money.
It is.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that. Money.
Money color.
Did you think you were going to go into public service before all of these appointments came?
Absolutely not.
It wasn't the
plan.
plan.
I was not even thinking about it.
So how did you find yourself there?
So also, why not? So I always say serendipity, just like chance. And sometimes you think it's chance, but it's really not chance. It's just positioning yourself, and things just get ordered, without you even thinking.
Yeah. You wrote a book. We've talked about it a few times on the show today. Crazy Lady. Yes. Let's start from this title first of all.
Yes.
Why Crazy Lady?
In Nigeria, people will think, oh, are you saying that you're like crazy as in mad? Yeah. No, it's not crazy as in mad. It's like crazy as in different, audacious, bold. Because when people, when I first came to Nigeria to start WeCyclers, people thought I was actually crazy.
I can imagine.
Because literally, you're dealing with trash.
Yeah.
Even my dad was surprised. My dad was actually scared. Because he was saying before that when I first came back, that I came with some of my classmates, And every day we're going to the market, we're going here, we're going there. And my dad would just sit down because he always likes sitting down in the parlor. And I noticed that he was very quiet. And he told me later, I said, you know that when you first came back, I was actually scared. I thought you were crazy. That you went to MIT, you did all these things, and you came back to pack plastic. But like, I didn't know how to tell you that.
Are you crazy?
But he said but he saw that there were a lot of white people that followed me. A lot of Igbo people.
So did that make him feel a little better about it?
He said that if these people followed her from America, so maybe she's doing something. And let me just watch. So he actually was very patient. Like he watched for a while and said, okay, so it's fine.
I'm happy that it made sense at the end of the day, and I'm happy that it's crazy in all the best ways.
Yes.
Now, is there anything that your entire experience in Nigeria has given you or taught you that you don't think you would have gotten if you remained abroad?
I think one of the biggest ones for me is my children. So when I came back, I had 2 children then, now I have 3. And they were about 7 and 4 when we came back.
Miss Bilikiss have been back to Nigeria for about 14 years now. She has been a great boss. She has been also not just a great boss, she's also a very good mentor for us. Starting as a student, I was working closely with her, and I was able to learn a lot from her, which is still with me here, and which I'm still putting into action here at the higher level at WeCyclers.
Mrs. Bilikiss Adebiyi-Abiola, èèyàn tó dára ni wọ́n láti ìgbà tí mo ti mọ̀ wọ́n. Láti ìgbà tí mo ti mọ̀ wọ́n, nǹkan tí mo observe lára wọn ni pé wọ́n máa ń fẹ́ kí àwọn ṣe nǹkan kan nínú ìgbésí ayé tálíkà tó bá come across wọn. Wọ́n máa fi jẹ́ pé nìyẹn náà máa wò pé nígbà tí mo pàdé lágbájá o, nǹkan tí mo achieve lélẹ̀. Àwọn gangan fúnra wọn, wọ́n wà active, wọ́n like iṣẹ́. So tíyàn bá ti bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́, tó bá ti jẹ́ ẹni tó mọṣẹ́ ṣe, ó máa jẹ́ best friend wọn.
I mean, so great thing it's crazy in all the right ways, right?
Yes, thank God.
What made you decide to document your journey in a book?
Wow. I think there were two of my very good friends, Larry and Esther. So we're just talking one day. I'm a gym fanatic. So if I'm not in the office or at home, I'm at the gym.
Yeah, working out.
I'm working out. So we're just, talking, and they were like, hey, you actually should write a story. So Esther apparently had heard about WeCyclers when she was in school. And she always wanted to work with me. Okay. And she said that she has learned a lot of things that she thinks other people that may not work directly with me would learn from. And that was very interesting to me, that somebody actually wanted to hear my story. So Larry said, look, just say it into your phone and send it to me and I'll type. So it wasn't like a difficult thing to do. So I did that, and she helped me with the initial draft.
That's a very helpful friend.
Very helpful friend. She's a cool girl. She's very cool.
Shout out to Larry.
Shout out to Larry. Yes, shout out to Larry. And so I found out that as I was typing, adding to the story, it was very, very cathartic. It was very emotionally freeing. I felt good. Wow, this is actually interesting. So I think just going through that process, and then I would share it with people. And they would say, hey, this is actually interesting. And then my editor actually was the person that said that this actually is a good story to tell. And that gave me more motivation to follow through and write it.
I'm so happy you did, because it really is a good story. Like I said, I started to read it and I was having a ball.
Thank you.
Such a ball.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Is there anything that you have learned from your experience living in Nigeria, working in Nigeria, running WeCyclers, and then with the government, that you don't think you would have learned if you had remained abroad? Absolutely.
So I would say 2 things. One is just for my children. When I first came back, I had 2 children. Now I have 3. And they were 7 and 4 then. And it was a big fight to bring them back. They didn't want to come back. They were very, very sad.
Even at that age?
At that age, they didn't want to leave their friends. They were very comfortable.
Yeah.
And, I was the bad guy. So recently, I was talking to my oldest. She's 19 now. And she was saying that, Mommy, thank you for bringing me back, because she's now in school. She's in college now. And she said, there's so many things that she learned when she was in Nigeria that helped her. Wow. Her identity, You know, she feels like she's even going to come back to Nigeria when she finishes college.
Beautiful.
You know, because she sees people that lived in America for long and didn't, you know, have a relationship with their country. And she sees the difference that she has. So I feel like for my children, it was very important, and I'm very happy I did that. And secondly, I would say that Nigeria, I don't want to say this in a bad way. It's like you're a big fish in a small pond. You get a lot of opportunities that if you were back in the US or abroad, you may not get because of competition.
So there's that home advantage.
There's that home advantage there. So I've been the head of 3 government agencies. I'm very grateful for that. I've started a recycling startup. So I feel like maybe if I was in the US, I wouldn't have gotten as much opportunities as I have now. So I think that's very, very powerful. And it has opened up my eyes. I think I'm a different person than I would have been if I was there. I'm much more fulfilled. It's been it's very challenging. It's hard. It's really hard. But I'm happier. I think I'm happier than I would have been if I was there.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is so beautiful. And I think that is the perfect note to end this conversation on. This has been so good, so good. But before we wrap up completely, I want you to visualize with me a perfect Nigeria.
Yes.
Your Nigerian dream.
Yes.
If you were to describe your Nigerian dream, what does that look like?
But I'll just say, like, I dream of a Nigeria where dreams can become reality.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Nigeria, I believe.
That is a perfect way to put it. I've been hearing so many gorgeous Nigerian dreams, and I'm itching for the day when they all come to fruition.
Yes.
And I know, like you said, it's not far off, right?
It's not.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bilikiss. It's been such a pleasure. Your story is so inspiring, and I'm so honored that you chose to share it with us on JAKPADA. So thank you.
Thank you.
I hope those words resound in the ears of those who might have needed to hear them. There's no place like home. Returning home just might be that final step required for you to step up. For those of us here in Nigeria, let's find ways to support our government, like our very own Bilikiss. A prime example of how one can turn a well-thought-out idea into a gold mine that impacts millions of lives positively. I'm Mimi Onolaja, and this has been JAKPADA. We'll see you next time.